Mr. Kane!
You just want to persuade people that you love them so much that they ought to love you back.
Don't miss the 80th anniversary of Citizen Kane returning to cinemas for a limited engagement. Featuring exclusive insights from Ben Mankiewicz. For more information, go to fathomevents.com.
There were usually brilliant performances in a Kazan movie, and then every once in a while, just on the fringes of the story, little characters would come in, and I wondered why that was. So I went around to some of the actors who had worked with Kazan and asked them, how does Kazan work? Well, Gadge was his nickname. Gadge will always be watching you when you're least aware that anyone is watching you. If he finds a particular idiosyncrasy that you may have, either a gesture or the way of looking at something or the way, he will find a way to use that in the character. There was a particular time in Piggott, and we were out in a dusty field, and I was up on a stage, and I was with Lonesome Rose and Andy Griffith, and I was watching, and I was the publicity guy, and Lee Remick was down there twirling her baton. And Gadge is walking away, and I see him looking at me, just fanning myself, and I hear Gadge say, okay, bring the camera back, Tony, stay right there. So the camera was brought back, and he said, just do what you're doing. Just relax and just fan yourself. So I did that, and he said, now look over where Lonesome Rose is, and I look over there. He said, now look over to where Lee is, and I looked over there. And he said, now think about the fact that maybe they can get together. So I said, So that was a scene in which I felt that I used Gadge's observation as a director, and it worked. It worked very well. It was used in the film.
When we're together, it just feels like we're part of something. I love working with these guys. The idea now that there's 5 of us, I think the spirit of classic films, the future of classic films is in good hands. I think Robert Osborne would approve, I really do.
Been going around with a fellow a reasonable length of time supposed to go to bed with him or not?
What kind of a question is that to ask?
Well, it keeps coming up all the time.
If you've got troubles, just take them out for a walk. They'll burst like bubbles in the fun of a Sunday in New York.
What are you doing in New York?
Oh, I usually come to New York on Sundays if I can. I like New York.
And ride on the Fifth Avenue bus.
True love never runs smoothly. Boy meets girl, they become very much attached to each other. Boy loses girl. Then boy gets girl back, and they live happily ever after.
In movies, this is where the screen usually goes dark.
But when it happens on Sunday in New York, that's different. First, boy meets girl's brother.
We just got caught in the rain.
The simple truth is, Adam, I tried to get him to seduce me, and he wouldn't do it. And that is exactly what happened. He wouldn't have anything to do with a beginner.
Then boy meets girl's lover.
Oh, I'm crazy about you, you little monkey.
Then delirium takes over.
That's good. It'll give us time to think of a story. Now, you just get upstairs and put your clothes on.
Jane Fonda is delightfully dappy as the uneasy doll who keeps a bevy of baffled males on edge for an entire Sunday in New York. Rod Taylor is the eager Lothario.
Now what are you thinking?
That I changed my mind about us and my chances about 5 times, and the last time I would have bet my life on it.
Lucky you didn't. You'd have lost.
Cliff Robertson is the high-flying big brother.
Not that plane!
His love life is in a tailspin of its own.
Where are we going?
Oh, we're going to Denver.
Denver? What for?
I'm flying the plane. We'll be together. I got the ticket.
Oh, no.
It could only happen in Sunday in New York. It's touch and go, in and out of clothes, and embarrassing situations.
Was my sister in a robe?
Will you get your mind out of the gutter?
The uproarious adventures and madcap escapades of a kooky heroine and her wild and wonderful partners in confusion.
Here's a question of whether one who wants to sing and act can have, as a citizen, political opinion. In attacking me, they suggested that when I was abroad, I spoke out against injustices to the Negro people in the United States. I certainly did.
I have never separated my work as an artist from my work as a human being. To me, my art is always a weapon.
There's a group of young boys here yelling at the people. If there's a serious outbreak, it will be very bad.
And the Supreme Court Justice just ruled in the segregation cases that world opinion had a lot to do with our children. Negro children can go to school like anybody else in the South. I'm very proud to have been a part of directing world opinion to precisely that condition.
My personal sacrifices mean very little in the struggle. What does not giving a few concerts mean if you can make some other contribution? I think that the Negro people have to be extremely militant and demand a little more than they are demanding today. I have great faith that somewhere we will realize the democratic potentials of our society. I deeply believe that.